Okay. Oh, it's not playing. There we go. Got it down a little bit in my ear. Okay. How's everybody doing this morning? Hope y'all doing well. Forgot to do this. Bounty building. And I should actually change the title of the stream to that. I forgot to do something. Stand by, stand by. Okay. You know what? Notepad++. No, not regular notepad, you stupid thing. No, I don't need the... Okay. We do not need GIMP at this time. There we go. No, we'll keep that. Oops, didn't mean to actually say no. Oh, whatever, that's fine. At the end of the world. Alright, Notepad++, here we go. There we go. Alright, excellent. Now, I open my OneNote and get the template for this. So, we're gonna McCain gear, go to the ANKEG. Alright. Let me turn this down a little bit more. We're gonna paste this. Oh boy. Hey Nano, how's it going, bud? I'm at school and we're doing nothing. How about you? I'm about to set up some monsters, or I should say, some bounties for you guys to use potentially on Saturday. I think I need to change how I set this up. Because I don't have a table for it. The stuff that will hopefully make us level up in time. I gotta make sure, like, listen, we're running group XP, so I gotta make sure that there's enough, like, empty space in there that I can get a bunch of people to, like, potentially be able to play at each level. Okay? Okay. It's gonna be slow it's not gonna be fast progression. I want someone CR1s, man. Bruh, I'm about to have that cut, your ability to cut to something be cut in half. These E? Okay. I'll accept E. That's not nice. Nice. Whoever said anything about being nice? Redeem. I have. Oh, is it not working correctly? Oh my gosh. All right, stand by. Apparently, my redeems don't want to show up in my restream chat for some stupid reason, and my main phone, my other phone's on the charge right now, so I can't. Yeah. But apologies, I did not see it. And let's see if I can read this with blue on blue. Ali writes, "Welcome. Greetings and salutations. Hello. How's it going?" Also, I just realized something, that I am actually forgetting something. Stretch them bones, yeah. Oops. No, I want this. No, go back. I forgot. I did not change something very important, which is I forgot to change the category that I'm in. Because I believe right now it still says that I'm under art, which I am not currently. Well, I am making art, but not in the kind that is appropriate for Twitch. Please stand by while I unfuck myself. Yeah, it's still an art. All right. Although I suppose I will be doing art at some point very soon. Yeah, like the thing is like summons. The thing that I know is that summons are strong against other monsters. And most of them are all or nothing. Most of the early ones are all or nothing by design, by the design. So we'll do that. Oh my gosh, I didn't want to sign up. I wanted to log in. You stupid. Oh my gosh. Restream is being difficult again. Stand by. Edit titles. Alright, here we go. Alright, Jank Master Streamer over here. Like, the Gazer DCs were 12s. Yeah. Now, granted, the thing that was good about the Gazer is that it had, like, 3 different variations of what kind of saves it needed. So that meant that, granted it was random, but there's a good chance that you're going to get something on a save that is going to be effective against the thing that you're fighting. Because eventually I'm going to roll bad. Now, to its own credit, I made most of those saves, so it don't take much. All right. Now, the big question: what kind of terrible nonsense should I put upon the players? What terrible, terrifying creature should I pin on you guys? I need to make 3 of these, ideally, by the time that we get to Saturday. Ideally. So, we got one that's in a hyena pack already. About a Wendigo. No, that is way too powerful for a bunch of level 1 characters. Do you hate me? Alright. What are some good, not just monsters, though. They can also be people. So, I'm gonna make some things that we want here. I mean, there isn't a Wendigo in D&D, so it would be homebrew anyway. This is true. Wendigos in general are, like, in my brain, I think they start at, like, CR 8. By, like, standard rule sets. Because these things are not to be trifled with. False Hydra. Nano. We don't talk about false hydras. Actually, I shouldn't say that. You shouldn't be talking about false hydras. You're already dealing with one. All right. We can just get like a random. We can do a bandit group. I don't like that creature all that much. Wait. What the hell do you think a false hydra is? Oh, the actual creature. Okay, that's right. There is a actual creature. Okay. Yeah. The thing about the false hydra. So, the thing about a false hydra, so to my understanding, there's actually two concepts with a false hydra then. Because there's the monster, which the monster looks like it was designed. This is a dumb 5th edition version of it. What the hell? This is not. No, this is not the false Hydra that as I understood it. The false Hydra, as how I understood it, was a creature built off of the meta concepts, which is like it destroys existence and stuff like that. If that's not it, then I don't know what I'm confusing it with. It's the gaslighting monster. Okay, so I am remembering it correctly. Yeah. It's just been watered down a bunch over the years then. Okay. Because that concept has been around for a very long time. Well, I say a very long time, but a long time in the internet. But yeah, bandits. What are some other good, like... Well, I need to put a forest problem for you guys. That is achievable by first level characters. So we got bandits, we can do goblin hideout. After killing enough people, they essentially pick up their own town, and people can walk with it. Yeah, I don't know what I'm confusing it with then. And forgets if it exists. It eats something, it becomes part of it. Also, they're forgotten. Yeah, so so that's the concept. That's the concept I'm thinking of. Like, it's more like the more heavy, like, dangerous implications of it. Not the actual monster itself that I always think of. Because that's like, that little spigot right there, Nano, like, that's the only thing about the false Hydra that's interesting. Because everything else is just generic and kind of whatever. Yeah. Alright, bandits, goblin hideout. We already got a pack of ideas. This is actually gonna be one that's gonna be important for afterwards, which is, what are they called? Oh, my brain this morning, guys. Like, it's a good, like, the false Hydra is a good starting point for writing. You need to, like, really kind of run with it and make it your own. But it's a good, like, the concept is good, you just need to run with it. And, you know, mess with it along the way. Oh, man, why can't I remember what they're called? They're the hyena humanoid people, or creatures. Oh, that's gonna drive me crazy. I can't remember what they're called. Gnolls. Gnolls. Yeah, the false Hydra is a popular, like, pickup for a lot of things. I think the problem is that a lot of people run it, like, as is, and don't really think about, like, the general implications of it. Alright. Gnoll. Hunting party. And we're actually going to change that from Goblin Hideout to... Rogue Gears. Construct. Rogue Gears 1. Rogue Gear. We'll just go with Rogue Gear. Nulls? Nulls are cool. Nulls are cool. There's a lot you can do with them. They're really great for early levels. A missing persons incident. They're going around looking for suspects. Eventually someone casts silence on them. Peekaboo. Yeah. But one of the better ways to get that to happen is just make like a deafening, piercing noise that's going to eventually drive someone crazy, and then someone's going to come up with a silence solution. Especially if you give them an item that has that. Alright, so the Null hunting party is not going to be immediately available. Because that's got to be dealt with, for the hyenas need to be dealt with first. So we got bandits and rogue gear. So let's start with the bandits are more complicated because I need to come up with a bunch of them, but we're going to start with the rogue gear. So we're going to call this gear construct. We'll go scout for the time being. Give it a different name that makes that's a little bit more cooler later on. What do we got for constructs in the in 5e? Just update the lore and also not make people forget. Just make it not be perceivable. Like, having people forget is a difficult concept to run with because it creates a lot of really weird world loops when it comes to like how stuff happened in the world. It doesn't create multiple timelines, but you have to write it like it's multiple timelines. So it gets really, really weird. Alright, a good spot to start is the animated armor, considering that the animated armor is a CR1. Or just animated object. I actually do kind of like the idea that it is essentially up to chance in the mind of the players, so I plan on having silent spell being cast on them, but the player... which is played out like another moment. Someone casts a spell, and then when you see the false Hydra, it's like, oh, just go kill it now. And it was past. Juvenile, the goal is no longer to fight, the goal is to survive. Right. Wait, what about multiple timelines? So when you're writing things involving people being forgotten, you have to treat it as, like, when you want to treat that as like a long-term villain of some kind, and most people don't do this very well, to my understanding, is you have to write it as though it's multiple timelines because you have to account for someone not existing when it comes to like how stuff is being explained in the world and how suddenly everything isn't, like, people aren't panicking left, right, and center. Do I have dyslexia by chance? Yes, I do. I also slur my words when I'm reading, like reading aloud, because my brain is trying to process what's going on faster than I can actually perceive it. So that also doesn't help. I also can't spell worth shit, but that's not entirely the fault of being dyslexic. That's something a little bit on the lighter side. I don't want the Iron Defender. Wait. Why do you ask? Living burning hands, excuse me. These are just like bounties, right? Well, there's entire like setups around them, but the main point is like there's a problem going on, and the players need to deal with it. Right now, I'm kind of sticking to monster-oriented bounties because those are easy to quickly prepare. You know, like some minor exploratory survival-oriented stuff because this is in a Western-style setting, so it's like minor exploratory. You know, like the idea is that they're supposed to be like 3-hour one-shots. So the idea is that the players are kind of, you know, fucking around for about an hour. They do some exploration that takes about half an hour to an hour depending on roles, and then combat goes for about an hour, and there's about a half an hour in there to play with. When I say fucking around, I mean like they're talking to each other, they're talking to other NPCs, they're like, you know, they're doing their general thing. But something that just caught my eye is this living burning hands monster. I had not seen this. This is funny as hell. It's just a piece of living magic. That's actually pretty cool. I really like that. That gives me a lot of ideas, actually. You know what? Let's take the Clockwork Bronze Scout as a basic idea. So it's got AC 13. We're gonna definitely have to up that because it's it's a solo encounter. Yeah, it's a solo encounter, so we're gonna need to up it a little bit. Scout should be hard to hit, in my opinion, anyways. Let's see here. Well, its stat line is 10. What is it? 10, 16, 10, 16, 11. 3, 14, 1. Was it a 3? Yeah, it was a 3. Alright, I'm not opposed to this stat line. How about a werewolf? Not the typical fuck your shit up werewolf. Some kind of dude who has a bounty and does a human form in traditional combat, or win or lose, they eventually become an NPC. Yeah, that's an idea. Also, Slay the Spire 2 thoughts. I seen the trailer and that's it, Nano. I have no opinions on this beyond that. My general opinion, it's about damn time. No, it doesn't mean I can't make stuff that you guys aren't ready for. They don't have any special saves, do they? No, they don't. Okay. -4, +2, -5. Okay. And then damage immunity, conditioned immunities and damage immunity. So let's just copy this like just outright and just stick it right here. Yeah, that's why I said human form. Yet they'll be a bit beefy, such as it's going to be the idea of honor code and things. Like he won't transform because he knows that they are weaker than him. Honestly, that's actually not necessarily true. But it depends on the. This is where we get into like So this is where we get into character building as opposed to monster building. Frostheim will still have a job. Yeah, yes, he will. Charmed, exhaustion, frightened, paralysis, poison, blah 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 blah. Monsters are characters. Most are characters, yes. Now, most monsters are basic characters and only follow a form of programming. Take wolves, for example. But that doesn't mean that there isn't room for again, it's nuance of situation. Now, this is why I like running. This is why I like to put monsters in two kind of categories, which is general monsters and then intelligent monsters. So most general monsters have like, I call it a form of programming because that's not, because it's exploitable in a very easy, simple way. Take wolves. Wolves follow a form of programming, which is they are pack hunters. You are generally going to have, generally speaking, a wolf will try to distract while the rest of the pack comes and attacks from behind. That's a form of programming that they have. Does that mean that you can't offer them food and speak to them and try and get out of it? No, it does not mean you can't do that. The odds of you succeeding that when the wolves are actually attacking humanoids, though, is incredibly low because of two things. One, you're either encroaching on very important territory to them, or they are in fact that hungry. Or there's actually one last one, which is they are diseased. And in all three cases, the odds of you succeeding in getting them to not attack you is low. It's still there, though. But when you start dealing with people, well, people are complicated. Alright. Perception and stealth skills. Which is going to be a +6. Stealth is a +7. Dark vision 60. Did I leave that in there? Yes, I did. Let's see here. Earth armor, magic resistance, unnatural nature. None of these are important. Also, I started playing Sea of Stars, and dude, the music, the characters, holy shit, this game delivers. I have opinions on Sea of Stars. Most of it involving the latter half of the game. I would say that Sea of Stars is not a game that deserved the amount of praise that it got, but it was still a very good game. Nearly everything, rather than just throwing a couple of goblins in front of them and telling them to fight. Instead of toss some goblins on the screen, I'd like to tell them have a cool shit where they can do the fucking cheerleader and pyramid and then point out the party because they're all spellcasters. I mean, that's all good and fine. Listen, I'm not against stuff like that. One of the encounters I have planned for my Wednesday game is yodeling goblins. All right, so and I have the token already. It's literally from the book cover. I think it looks like a Dr. Seuss piece of art from called Yodeling Goblins. I'm not against stuff like that. So it's an overrated good game. Yes. So I think that game, like, people have been saying, like, it's the big it's like super reminiscent of like an amazing JRPG era. Not wrong. But I don't think it's gonna hold up to time. I think it did extraordinarily well because of marketing, and it's very charming, but it falls short. Like, it really falls short on writing. I think it's gonna end up having the same kind of problem that Indivisible had, which was is it a game that was worth purchasing and playing? Absolutely. Now, granted, I backed it, but is it a game that was worth purchasing and playing? 100%. Was it Game of the Year and get all these nominations that it got? No. Music is really good. It's a beautiful game. It plays well. And just, there's a lot of, like, small things about the game that I'm just kind of look at and go, eh. I'd say it's a solid like 7 or 8 for a game. So it's definitely a good game. It's just not worthy of the kind of praise that it got, in my opinion. I like the combat, and honestly, it's very reminiscent of like like the Mario RPG series of games, because it has the timed hits, right? Most games don't have timed hits, which is a bit of a shame because it's one of those things that makes RPGs more interactive. God, I hate texting. Yeah. Okay. So the actions, they have a bite, they have a lightning flare. I'm making a homebrew magic item, it's cursed, so there are downsides. I'm trying to make 2 downsides, but I have 1 so far. If you're half health, you need to start your turn by making a wisdom saving throw. Oh, jeez, okay. And if you fail the attack, you attack the nearest person. What do you think? Unintelligence, or an intelligence downside could be for on that tier of bad. Intelligence saving throws are rare. Usually involve you going stupid or losing magic. Or illusions. Maybe on something on the lines, you perceive an enemy to be where they are not, and just attack that instead. So they have a bite and they have a lightning flare. Lightning flare, each creature in contact with the ground within 15 feet must make a DC 13 saving throw or take 46 lightning damage on a failed save and half as much on a successful one. I kinda like that, actually. We'll just hijack those. Alright. So, this is a +5. This is a 1d4 +3 with a piercing damage. I like the phrasing of if X happens, roll an intelligence saving throw, or else X happens. 1d6 lightning. Uncertain. Alright, lightning flare. DC 13. Dex. Uh, 46. If you're under half health. Oh, set a condition first. Okay. My brain first went to if you cast a spell, but that makes it conditionally bad. Like conditionally good or bad by character, which is, I imagine, not what you're looking for. Charge. 1d3. 1d2 +1. 15-foot radius. Maybe a more social downside. Yeah, I'm thinking more something along the lines of like a charisma downside. Like, what is the magic item? Maybe that'll help me a little bit. 15-foot radius. Dex 1/2. Okay, so this thing generally, by default, has 36 hit points. It's gonna need to be much higher than that. We'll probably put this at around. It's a scout, so we'll probably do like 50. Well, actually, what was the stat line of this Ankh? Because I think the Ankh had like an armor class of 14 and 75 hit points. It did. Does this thing should have more speed? No, it just also has a burrow speed. Ooh, excuse me. Alright, oh, that's right. We gotta get rid of all that, too. Alright. Rounds. Alright, so magic item is a set of twin scimitars attached to gauntlets so that you're wearing via chains. Scimitars hold the souls of two demons of fire and ice. The fire demon is someone who wants destruction and tries to corrupt your actions. The ice demon is sadistic and manipulative and wants to disorientate the user and corrupt his ideals and personality. Yeah, that's charisma based. I would say that is more of a that's more of an RP demanding idea than it is a mechanical one. Most intelligence items require RP commitment rather than mechanical commitment. So they're, I would say, yeah, I would say that wisdom, so charisma saving throw. I like the idea of, like, when you finish, if you are fighting a creature, not even. If you are below half hit points, I would stick with the below half hit points thing. At the like when the battle is over. So it's not a thing necessarily of when you are, you have to be injured in battle by a sentient creature. So if you are injured in battle by a sentient creature and are reduced below half hit points, at the end of when you if it would be something along the lines of, like, when you defeat a creature or something like that, you increase your sadistic nature. And this can be something like you can make a scale and have a conversation with the player in question. Have a scale of which, like, they're just kind of slowly becoming more and more sadistic and manipulative. This is more of, like, I think that's more of a thing where you make a saving throw and it adds and it increases the kind of behavior that you get RP wise. Or you can give them, like, or you can kind of go with a bit more of the madness route and look for sadistic and manipulative oriented manias and things like that, and just start giving them things of that nature. Breakpoints 3. I'm thinking. Yeah, no. It would not lower their charisma. If anything, you can make the argument where it's increasing their charisma. Actually, it's a demon, so no. But you get what I'm saying, though. Breakpoints, we'll go 3. At least for this piece of it. Alright. Breakpoint. Alright, so it's immune to poison. I think it being immune to poison is fine. Also, I liked how you skipped over the names. Like, nope, not even gonna try to pronounce it. Yeah, listen, every time, like, it causes me more trouble than benefit. So it's just like, you know what? I give up. I give up. Names are difficult. Names are the hardest thing. Okay, so just screw it. I give up. I concede. I lose. Resistance to bludgeoning. Piercing. And slashing. Alright. Clashing. What can we put as a weakness of sorts to a construct that, force, or I guess it's technically thunder, but thunder. Well, fuck us, I guess. Listen, this isn't supposed to be something that it's a construct. Constructs used to always have, like, DR and stuff like that to regular weapon damage. You're fighting a piece of metal. Let's see here. Damage from... No. We're gonna actually give it... You know what? I've decided on the theme. I've decided on the theme that these things will have. 7. Breakpoints. It requires 7 breakpoints. Clashing. Damage. Gear. Damage. You're a piece of metal. Quiet you. I'm not gonna make it unfair. Bruh, it only has 50 hit points. There's 4 of you shooting at this thing. Alright. Speedy repair. 1 breakpoint. Demos and Kanarak. Karnaka. Okay. Bonus action. You know what? 60. Because this is going to get broken really easily. If you add resistance, it effectively has 100 HP. Yes, but that's not the entirety of the story, Nano. Like, we're not done yet. Gotta have fat-ass fingers. I feel that one sometimes. Either that or the screen is just too damn small. Alright. Alright. It breaks from clashing and gear damage. When broken, loses resistances. Loses resistances. We have one of the Mars moons after Dishonored 2. I mean, fair enough. I know you are. Alright. So that means that generally speaking there will be there will be about 3 rounds. Alright. Enjoy cleaning yourself. Alright, let's see here. Where for the most part it's gonna be taking inconsequential damage. So probably take about 5, 10, 15, 20. It'll probably take around 20-ish to 25-ish damage trying to hit down the break points. But once it's no longer once it's broken, it's gonna be able to just you guys are gonna be able to just body it. Oh, it's also necrotic, because necrotic is, you know, internal damage. Well, necrotic is also rust, but these things don't rust, so loses resistances, immunities become resistances. Immunities become resistances. I don't think I need to put anything else in there. Recovers 1 breakpoint. Heals. Uh, 2d8 hit points, plus 2 hit points. Butcher the word become. Yeah, I know. Become as gods. Two when broken. 2 when broken? No, I'm overdoing it. All right. I don't think it needs anything more than that. Alright, carving. It only has one thing, which is engine jeez. We're just gonna put that EG on. Just to annoy everybody. Hee 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 hee. Okay. Alright, I'll fix it. My gosh, my typing is awful. There. And that is 1d3. DC 15? If I can fix it. Yeah, no kidding. I don't know why it's a word that just bothers my brain. Oh wait, this is a tier 1. Never mind, it just has the 1. No specific materials available for this one. No additional effects, it's just a gear parts. No, nothing special for it. One moment, I have a phone alarm going off. Round 2 of coffee. This is going to be a much more of a simple one. As simple as just straightforward. Just beat it over the head until it stops. +1 for every 5 you win. So clashing this, if you win it, for every 5 you beat it by, you deal 1 more break damage. Which, I mean, it's not the easiest thing in the world to clash because it has a +5. I might actually make that a +6, not gonna lie. It does what, on average? 2.5 and 3.5, so that's 6, 9 damage on average with its bite. Kind of scary. Is this gonna have... Actually, this is gonna have something specific as well. Where's my traits? Traits. Engine intellect. Engine connection. Oh wait, this is a rogue. Scout. Rogue. So no, it doesn't have engine intellect. Ooh, excuse me. Is no longer is part of the this creature to the engine. And lacks some of its power as a result. That's not really a trait. That's more of like a hidden piece of information. It's more like engine connection. This creature has access to more of its stuff than usual. So no, that would be a connected version of it. This is a rogue construct. Yeah, I'm content with this. This is a fine encounter. At least for monster. So we're gonna copy this, paste it, and oh god. It got really ugly in the OneNote. That's all good. That's all good. This needs to be 2'd. 1, 2, 2. DC 1/2. All right. Breakpoints 7, and then crafting tier 1. Materials available. 1 engine part. DC 15 to retrieve. Excellent. Oh, I forgot the E. Alright. That's pretty decent. I can live with that. Alright. Next is bandits. So bandits, I need to figure out what kind of gear they're going to have. I'm also going to have to figure out what kind of crimes they have been committing. Things of that nature. And then, of course, there's the Knoll hunting party. Ooh. Excuse me. Which is its own kind of nightmare. And then, of course, when it comes to the actual session prep, I just need to make a couple of NPCs. The rest of it I can kind of do on the fly. Alright. We're going to go back to the end cake for a second here. Oh, excuse me. Actually, no. Alright, bandits. Tier 1. Because there's many levels of bandits. Alrighty. They in themselves are going to be a little bit on the weaker side. What is the actual stat line for bandits? Which are pathetic and not very good. Bandit Captain is a CR2. Well, I don't know about that. Well, 65 hit points, okay. You know what? That's fine. I get it. Oh, it's a hyper DPS, that's why. Fist of Bane. Nice. Alright, so 11, 12, 12, 10, 10, 10. These are going to be something a little bit more dangerous than typical. So their defaults are 11, 12, 12. Okay, let's just go to the Bandit Captain. What's the Bandit Captain have? Oh, he's got insane stats. Alright. 11, 12, 12. Okay. 12, 10, 10, 10. Let's just bump all these up by like 2. 13, 14, 14, 10, 12, 10. Just to make it so that they actually have a fighting chance. Plus 1. Plus 2. Plus 2. Plus 0. Plus 1. Plus 0. They don't have any special saves. Okay, no special saves or anything like that, and that's fine. They don't have any special vision. They don't have resistance to any damage. They don't have any immunities. They don't have any damage resistances, I don't think. They're not immune to any conditions. We'll keep resistances up because that's one of the things I'm trying to keep kind of going with this. No special skills of note. Alright, action. Shoot. They will have, so, there's two kinds of firearms in existence. There are gear and then non-gear. Non-gear are less good. They misfire more often and are generally weaker. They have a +4 to their attack rolls. It deals 1d6 plus 2 piercing damage. Requires reloading. Piercing, reloading. And misfire 1 through 3. So it actually misfires like 15% of the time. Alright. When it comes to breaking, oh, I almost scrolled past. I think I might actually make this a little bit more interesting. I think I have to make like actual bandit characters for this. So, well, I do, but I mean like I need to like build this like party first. All right. Let's see here. Overpack. Misfire is 1 through 6. Uh, 2d6 plus 6. Piercing damage. One d4 recharge 1d4 rounds. Doubles attack, damage, and misfire. Doubles the attack bonus. Doubles attack bonus, damage, misfire chance. And misfire chance. What are some other funky, silly strategies that you can try to come up with if you were like a bandit just trying to do random shit to hopefully make it work? Breakpoints, bandits. Breakpoints, 2 per member. Hit points, we'll say 26, 25-ish. Because you can hit pretty hard at level 1, but you can't kill a creature of 25 unless you crit. It's 25, no damage resistances or anything like that. 2 per member. Breakpoints, 2 per member. Group break. Group break. Alright, ways that we can slowly, we'll say do break point damage. Damaging with gear. Damaging with gear. Damaging with melee. Damaging with melee weapons. Because they're trying to shoot you, so they don't want you in their face. Damaging with melee weapons. And then they have 2 per member, so like it's a group thing. So if you shoot, like if you punch this guy constantly with melee weapons, like yeah, it's gonna go down, but it's gonna take a while. Because if there's 4 of them, they have 8, so it's a lot. Damage with melee weapons. Damaging after misfire. Damaging creature. After within 1 round of misfire. Overpack misfiring. Misfiring. There we go. This is so dumb. Basically, if I roll bad, you can really pressure them really quickly. Because things are going bad and they're like, When broken, take 20% chance to do nothing. Actually, I should say 20% chance to drool. No. Alright. When you've pressured them enough to break, what do? Surrender. They also take 1d6 bonus damage. These guys take bonus damage when they're broken, but they also just surrender. But it can take a lot. It can take a lot to get there. Materials. I need to go back into the end keg and get the rest of my titles and stuff in here. Materials available. Alright. Well, we have skin. Or, not skin. I mean, we have meat. Can't really use human skin. How did I set this up with the meat? We're gonna do it this way. Here we go. Let's copy it. Alright. We have 2d6 meat cooking, DC 10 worthless. Have to address it. And then we have to deal with the other fact, which is there's no specific materials available. We'll go loot. No additional effects. Cooking and brewing. Okay. Mortal. We're gonna call them mortals for the time being. Alright. Invokes cannibalism. Invokes cannibalism. We'll go 1d4 temporary hit points. Invokes cannibalism. So, you know, you can if you want. Don't recommend it. Alrighty. Loot is 1d6 gold. Sorry, not 1d6 gold. In this case, it is 1d6 times 5 chips. Uh, 1d3 minus 2. T1 consumable. D2 minus 1. T1. Oops. T1 crafting material. That should actually be goods. Not so this should actually be 1d4 minus 1 T1 goods. Actually, no. 1d2 goods. There we go. Sometimes they have 1 good, sometimes they have 2 goods. And that's the basics of a bandit. I would have to make a party of these guys and then make up some cool stuff for them individually, which isn't hard. But all of them have overpack, basic action, and overpack, and all of them have group break. Character ability. And that's going to be relative to the individual that is in the actual thing. So it's going to be a little bit different than default. But that's the basic, and they get 1 special ability that's unique to them. So like, for example, if there is a farmhand, he might have something like improved natural strength. There might be something like a rancher, which has a good grapple or a lasso ability. Right, it's going to be based off of individuals. So that's going to be a whole thing that's like, hey, I'm going to put together like a party of 5 of these guys or something like that. It's like, all right, well, time to create 5 abilities. I'm going to tilt this down just slightly. So that'll be pretty much all of that. Also, I just realized this is off-center and it's driving me crazy. There we go. Fixed. Alright. Bandits. So that's the 2 that I need to have them ready and on hand and set to go. The Knoll Hunting Party, I'm not going to be able to make that in 15 minutes, so I'm just going to sit here and chat for a little bit. Yeah. Actually, you know what? Let's do this. Let's just chill out, and I'm going to come up with some abilities for things. Alright. Let's see here. What are some cool character concepts? Let's try and make like 6. I already said like a farmer or something, like a ranch hand. Bartender. Gambler. In this case, we can also go with the gearsmith. No, we can't go with gearsmith because otherwise they'd have a gear. Non-gearsmith. Non-gearsmith. You can just go with a regular blacksmith. Not sure what he's going to be able to do, but we can just throw that in there. Shopkeeper. And the last guy was... What was the last guy? Let's say deckhand. Alright, so let's go with... So let's create some character abilities for something like these guys. Alright, so let's go with... Let's start with the gambler. I mean, Overpack already does that, but it's like... Let's call this double down. If Overpack would hit this creature may to fire another Overpack on his next turn. On his next turn. On his next turn. This attack has disadvantage and has triple 3 times the damage and has 3 times the damage. Actually, and does and has plus 1d6 plus 1d6. Yeah. 1d6 damage, and has plus 1d6 damage to the and has 1 to it. All right. I'm gonna call it a little bit early today. It's only about 10 minutes, about 5 minutes early. So, oh, there we go. But yeah, I'm gonna call it here. I had a good time. I'm kind of happy how quickly I managed to figure out an idea for that clockwork construct, or for the gear construct, and then I also got the basic structure down for bandits, and then I can just keep adding a new ability to each individual one to kind of make things a little bit more interesting on them. But yeah, really appreciate you guys swinging by. I had a decent time. I got D&D tonight, so no stream tonight. I might start streaming at like 6 and then go until I might actually change my schedule and stream from 6 till 9 and then run D&D from 9:30 till about until 12:30 like last time. That's a long time to be up though, like going, especially after an 8-hour day. So I probably won't do that, but we'll see. But yeah, thank you everybody for swinging by. We have invoked cannibalism on the table now, so that's fun. So I need to make sure I have the cannibalism charts. And yeah, I hope you guys have a swell time. Have a good day, and until next time. Yeah, the words, the things that I'm saying in wrong orders. Don't mind it. I need to make and post my cannibalism charts now. Lovely. Alright, well, until next time, guys, have a good day. Cheers.